And oh my god, the glare on Min is like really, really bad.
So turn one down.
Yeah, let me see. Okay, yes, we have two lights and I'm trying to adjust them.
Welcome to Technical Difficulties Live.
Well, hey, it wouldn't be a Kemetic reform service without some measure of technical, here, let's fiddle with this.
You turned it off.
Yeah, I know. Well, hold on. There we go. There, that should give us a nice balance, and you can see Min.
But you don't have any light other than the overhead.
Oh, wait. Bear with us, guys, and howdy. Let's see, there we go.
Just a little dab will do you.
Yeah.
You know, Min's biggest problem is his angle.
Okay, well,
I mean, yeah, he's up, but he's not level.
Hang on, let me see, there we go. Well, how's that?
It's not bad. I'd keep it. I'm looking at the monitor and not...
Yeah, dude, I am too.
Yeah.
Anyway, hello, everyone. Yes, hello, Marie. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, Wolf. Yeah. Well, you know what's really funny? I don't think you can really see it on the video, but the ribbon that is around Min is from Bath and Body Works, and it says so on the ribbon. So
how appropriate.
Yeah, well, I kind of thought so when I got this red ribbon and it said Bath and Body Works. I'm like, I know who this is going for. So, yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to touch anything because I've got them set up, and Horus likes to fall over, so I'm going to leave him alone. So, he just. That's fine. Hey, Celery. Hello, everyone. It has been a long week. But, and I hope that wasn't the chirp of a smoke detector starting to complain that it's battery.
Like it.
Huh?
It sounded like it.
Yeah, and see, I hate those because you'll hear it and you don't know which one in the house it is. And so you're going on a frantic, scavenger hunt to find which smoke detector, has the bad battery. So,
well, the nice thing about that is they designed them to wait until you're in the best sleep you've had in months. And instead of chirping, they just go off to let you know the battery is out.
Yeah, that's we've got a smoke detector. You know what? I'm not gonna worry with it right now, but yeah, that's also why I don't burn charcoal incense for indoor rituals, because that will set off the smoke detector. I figured this out the hard way many years ago. And you were at work, and so you didn't see it, and you didn't get to laugh at me, and I'm so glad. Because I know you would have. Hard. See? Just thinking about it, he laughs.
Yep.
Oh, wow. You're going to be studying and watching at the same time. Wow. Yeah. But, anyway, guys, I'm glad everyone's here, and glad it's Friday, and I don't know, you're just kind of looking at me like, I don't know what, but your favorite part's coming up, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check the milk.
That's Nick's joke, isn't it?
That chocolate milk?
If this weren't real glass, I would break it over my own head. But, huh? And Derek's just being goofy. Anyway, to try and get us in a better frame of mind. And I'm so happy that the smoke detector did not chirp in the middle of that. Because that would have been luck, you know? Total mood killer. Thankfully. And now. These cool waters are upon my hands. They purify me as Technet purifies me. Hail unto you, Omnipotent. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands, purity is within our hearts, and we cast out all evil that protects to us.
Why are you being so quiet?
How are you, Robert?
Hey, you're pure. Cut that out. Yes, evidently what I need for switching webcams would be a mixer, I think you said it was. But that's different from the still cameras, because the still cameras that I used for the video I did, they're actually a few years old, but they are not what I use to do live streaming. I have an actual wired in webcam for that. And I actually have two, but in order to switch back and forth with them, I'd need some kind of a mixer, to do that. That will be next on the list.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, to keep track of my cameras and to figure out which one has which footage, I've named them so they are Larry, Curly, and Mo. So there you have it. Yeah. And if I can figure out this other one, then it'll be Shim. Okay, cool. Yeah. Lauren is saying that apparently with a mixer, she can help with that. That'll be fun. So yeah. So we get to see you like shiver with cool waters. Poor thing. Look, come summertime, you'll be glad for it. So
I'm gonna be perfectly dressed.
Okay. Let me get, where is it? There we go. I'll look for my grill lighter so we can light all our candles.
The gods will be all up in her grill because she's got a lighter. But anyway, never mind.
Wrong kind of grill. That's grill with an E. Anyway.
Yeah, we can't all have fancy Cobra lighters.
These things work just as well. Okay. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light. And I'm going to step over here. The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes till none remain. Receive the light. The eye of Horus comes through the four corners of the world. And we are purified with it. Receive the light. Okay. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra. You arise in the Aketis Cupri, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Min, O Horus, O Rennutet, and let us light your candle and welcome you, good lady of the harvest. You lords of love and lords of life, grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out his Fet. May you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. These cool waters are the eye of Horus, O you Netcheru, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, O you Netcheru, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense. We give you incense, great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. It cleanses you, it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. O you Netcheru, we give to you this eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O you Netcheru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. And yes, that is green tea Pocky. That's funny. I got that from an Asian grocery store the other day, and Darren says, "Oh, is that green tea Pocky?" I'm like, "It's going on the offering plate first."
Well, my face will be pleased with it.
Yes, but they get first dibs.
That's fine.
That's the whole point, is they get first dibs. Now, apparently in Hindu belief, when they make offerings, no one else is allowed to see it before it gets offered. So they'll like cover it up, and then they like lift the cover as they present the offering. And so if you see me trying to hide things, I'm not like, okay, maybe I am holding out, but only temporarily.
You're imitating Pooja.
Yeah.
Yes, please clarify. Yeah.
Yeah.
Temporarily, or if you don't catch me.
Now, if it comes back here, it's going for them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O you Netcheru. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine and your water. And may you bless the garden that I started work on this week. It's already starting to get little tiny seedlings. So I'm looking forward to a good harvest, for us, later in the year. Here's hoping. Let's see. Let's see. Huh. Yeah, I was just noticing someone suggested with resin incense. They were cooking outside, and I just got the idea to use an ember from the cooking fire. And yes, the reason why it didn't smell bitter is because you were using a real coal and not something that those charcoal discs actually they have saltpeter in them, from what I understand.
Yeah.
And that's what gives it a sour smell. If you were to just light a charcoal disc without any incense on it, you'd get that nasty saltpeter smell. But yeah, something from the cooking fire, that was actually, you're being very historically accurate by doing that. So, matcha. Yes, Brian was wondering if this would actually be matcha tea. Very, very good pun.
Yes, very punning.
And as for puns, wait, there's myrrh. Pure is Ra Horaketi within his house. Pure is Min within his house. Horus within his house, and Rennutet within her house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for Ra Horaketi, for Min, for Horu, for Rennutet, in every place that their immortal cause dwell.
That myrrh almost wouldn't go out.
I know. I was noticing that. I was like, okay, come on.
It was a miracle.
There you go. Come to your body, O Ra Horaketi. Come to your body, O Min, O Horu, O Rennutet. Come to your bodies, O Yunochiru. Come into your invocation. Come unto us, your servants who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Okay. Yes, and I have a new bowl here that's for the fortune cookies, so I'm just going to try and make sure I don't catch that as we lift our offerings. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Min, before Horus, before Rennutet. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. Ra Horaketi, and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkepru Ra. Your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these your offerings and receive them from our hands. Is that myrrh getting to you?
I think so.
Okay. And now, we'll bring our offerings for our blessed dead. The eye for us that may light their way. The cool waters from the table of the stars, that their hearts may be cooled. Horakau ta henket kakao after senatrin rahat could never nafret wabet anket nocherim and cow and akupu nibu Voice offering of 1,000. Bread and beer, beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives. For the cause, for all of these Aku, who are all true of voice before the great God. Okay. We come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your cause shall live. Truly your need has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law eternally. Isfet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. Excuse me. I'm going to do something a little bit different this time. May we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we foster a sense of empathy towards others. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always welcome others. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. No means no, and someone else's I do means I don't. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. And I have to add something for that one, but may we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. And when a man lies, he murders some part of the world. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. And if that means I give up a little something for the greater good, then let me do it with a glad heart. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. Let us always act as the wise man rather than the hot man. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. And to deny any god is not our way. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfections every day. And I think I need to add something to further explain why it is that we say these things, because this is basically outlining, it's not something that we recite. There's a meaning to this, but that'll have to be a project I work on. So we're getting into, of course, here in the Northern Hemisphere, it's springtime. But for the ancient Egyptians, this would have been, the harvest season. Fortunately, Min and Rennutet are both agricultural deities. So, I've invoked both of them when I set up my garden plots last year. So it's something that applies, it transfers from, harvest to planting, without much stretch of the imagination. So, and also what's interesting is tomorrow's the new moon. On the lunar calendar, the last day of the month before, the new moon was called the day of Perit Min, which is, going forth of Min. And we think that was him and his aspect of Osiris, and he was going, because the moon was at its final point of waning and, was about to be regenerated with the new moon. And then, of course, Horus is, connected to the aspect of Min as, the son, the one who inherits, the new grain, and so on. So just a little bit of background on why we chose them for this weekend.
Won't be very long, and we'll be going to the Feast of the Desert Valley.
Feast of the what? Desert Valley?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be the end of next month. So, yeah. That's, adoration to Min, to Horus praise, he with his arm upraised. Hail Min in his going forth, lofty of plumes, son of Osiris born of Isis. Great in the dual shrines, mighty in Ipu, O you of Gebju. Horus the strong-armed, lord of reverence who brings pride to silence, sovereign of the gods. Fragrant when he comes from Midjaland, you of Utent, hail and praise. Now here's something interesting. Myrrh is sacred to Min, and we have found in recent studies that there are compounds in myrrh resin that are good for the prostate, apparently. And it's good for guys. So funny it would be sacred to Min. And hail unto you, O Horus, great god, lord of the sky, great falcon, dappled of plumage, ruler of flying, winged disk upon the two lands, see a falcon united with the sun disk, holy god, falcon of gold.
Yeah, that's something Myrrh he shares with Amun. He's a lord of Myrrh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know there are several festivals in this particular Egyptian month that honor Amun and Min together, as a pair or a composite. So, and also coming up will be the feast of Khonsu, like the birthday of Khonsu. And so to Lady Rennutet. Hail unto you, Rennutet the good, mistress of life, lady of sustenance, lady of the granary, flourishing in the storeroom, foremost of the best goods, foremost of the finest foods, Rennutet who embellishes the pantry, flourishing Rennutet who makes all lands green, Rennutet Serket who locks up serpents within the limits of her house. Hail, good Rennutet, the appeased one. Now, I say pantry and storeroom, mean more or less the same thing, but, I have an image of Rennutet, kind of overlooking our pantry, so, yeah, may she continue to bless it.
She's overlooking your cereal boxes.
Oh, well, we have all sorts of things in there. Rice, cereal, beans, farro wheat, booze.
Spam, mac and cheese.
Yeah. And that would be my advice to anyone if you're wanting to save up in the event of whatever. A good thing to do is just make sure that your pantry is stocked up. And there's actually a financial advice columnist who said if you can't set up a savings account or something, one simple thing you can do is just make sure your pantry is stocked up, because if you suddenly hit a patch, where you lose a job or you're in between jobs or something else happens, you at least can make sure you're fed.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I would stress, try to avoid hoarding. So,
well, there's a difference between, staying stocked and make sure you've got one extra of the things that you use a lot, and hoarding. Obviously don't do on what channel is that where they have that? The
TLC, I think.
Yeah. But
but hoarding is a different thing entirely.
Yeah, but
hoarding has an emotional component. This does not.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just scrolling back to see what else here. Yeah, yes, and welcome to everyone who just popped in. Ha ha ha! And the Imagination Bound was saying, if my boyfriend were home right now, he'd be ready to jump through the screen and have a pun battle. So,
I guess he should have taken it upon himself.
Huh, I didn't know there were electric resin burners. But I tell you what, Wolf has a talent for finding nifty things like that. So that's I have to point to you and say that's one of your knacks is, oh hey, well you've got this. So yeah. Oh yeah, and by the way, if y'all are trying to share a link to the Discord, that's okay. Yeah, and you can't post a link directly on the chat, but let's see. Yeah, and by the way, Anubis Gaming. Hopefully, you got the. If you look at there's, I responded to a couple of your questions. Just before I set up the whole video. So check the reply. And
go sniffing around.
Yeah. Yeah. Technically, if you wanted to spell my name right, the B is capitalized because it's French, but most people don't get that, and stuff that's not case sensitive aren't going to pay attention to it anyway. But anyway, I'm looking at that. I really appreciate the comments, guys. Okay. So. Okay, Egyptian festival anxiety.
I think I just realized. Check your phone.
Yeah, I got something buzzed. I don't know what it was, but
yeah, that's the second time it's done that.
Let's see. Oh, deciding who to celebrate, when to celebrate, and how to celebrate. Okay, yeah. Well, you know what? Don't stress over it because they had so many different little festivals, and some things end up repeating. As a matter of fact, like okay, one that we talked about and we did last month was a feast for Bast, and there's the chewing onions for Bast. Well, it's funny, we have record of that at two different times, in two different locations. Some places would honor the festival of the month at the beginning, and others would do it at the end of the month. So don't feel like you got to celebrate everything. Just start small, and especially depending on who you work with, you might want to just learn about those and do those first. And it's funny, I think I got a message from someone because like the first time that I was able to do something for the Feast of the Valley, all I was able to do was I had made some fry bread, which is actually a Native American thing. But I made some of that and just offered that and some wine, and they were like, "Hey, that's all you can do. That's cool. You remembered it. That's what's important. So don't stress." So just make sure wash your hands, brush your teeth. If you can't spend an hour in a fragrant bath beforehand, that's okay. Because you're probably still a lot cleaner than the average rank and file person in ancient times would have been anyway. Because think about it, they slept on dirt floors and they didn't have running water. So you have a couple of advantages. So don't sweat it. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah, I would say the average person
Mm-hmm.
almost probably keeps up with most of the priests, really.
Yeah, I mean, you get some people that on the Following the Sun forum years ago, somebody complained about a roommate who they occasionally took what they called smoke baths, and we were all like, wow, okay, but
like that dude needs a fire cleansing.
Yeah, but most people are, probably okay. And yes, we did have. I know there were some prayer requests from the Facebook page, because there's some folks that have health issues. I think Anna was the one who said that her mother was having some health issues, And, some other folks are dealing with anxiety, and I certainly appreciate that. It's been kind of a nerve-wracking week. And so we humbly ask the gods enshrined here to bless us with peace, and especially peace of mind. Min, you're the one who changes strife into peace. And so is Horus. And let's also light Sekhmet's candle so that she can continue to bring us healing and help more people get vaccinated. And apparently, next week we're going to be on that list.
That's right.
What you were telling me. So
Monday, 2:30.
My prayer is that I don't, get knocked down for the count for the next couple of days.
Mine too.
We should be fine on the first one.
Yeah,
That
because
second shot that really will knock you out.
Okay, yeah, because I heard that the main side effect is you're going to feel like you have the flu for a couple of days. But
some people don't even have that. They just feel like they got a shot in the arm.
Yes, but either way,
Yeah, it really has. It depends on you, really.
Yeah, so I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful, and I want to share that hope, and for more people to get it, and more people to feel better.
On the same note, I think some people have received their stimulus. So it would be good for folks to look ahead and with that in mind, because they're coming.
Yes. For those of you that are living here in the United States, may you get checks in the mail, or direct deposit, or however it works.
Yeah, because I haven't gotten mine yet. I can't wait to get mine.
Well,
and we have found that Rennutet and others like her, who produce food, also directly produce wealth.
Well, it's funny. She, is associated with green and flourishing. And what else is green here in the United States?
Funny.
Yeah. So may she bring greenery to all.
Yes.
So it's very timely.
Okay.
Hey, Rob, did you do something with your camera? You've been off for a while.
I'm not sure what I did with the camera.
Oh,
Okay. Well, it looks like you're you just have it set somewhere, and it's it's a little out of focus. But yeah. And I'm like I said, I'm trying to remember. I know Jory was asking for health, and also dealing a little bit with anxiety, and make sure. Oh.
Yeah, it's almost a constant with many people.
Yeah. Well, it's
just the times. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess I have to add to this list you, Darren, because I know you've been, you had a little bit of spring fever.
Oh, I've still got it.
You know what? I guess we're at the bottom of Sekhmet's candle, but that's okay because I have fresh wax and I was saving it specifically for her. So hopefully next week she'll be refilled. So there we go. But
if I was making a Sekhmet candle like that, I would sprinkle some cinnamon in it.
Well, I have a cupboard in the kitchen that has like all of the oils and stuff that I use, because that's usually where I do that kind of stuff. And so you can open that particular cupboard and just get you're met with like a symphony of essential oil smells. But I know I've got some cinnamon in there and like some other things. Can't remember what blend I used for her last time, but I think there might have been some clove in there. Neat seems to like clove. At least that's the hit that I get from her. So when I blend the candle for her, I use a lot of clove oil.
Neat.
Yes.
Two primary things that Sekhmet seems to embodies cinnamon and dragon's blood. She
Yeah.
loves both of those.
Yeah.
Set does too. Probably my house as well.
But that and probably
I like
frankincense.
those really strong spices.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with sandalwood and frankincense either. So pretty much everybody likes those. Yeah. But,
Dinner bell.
Yeah. Okay, and Celery is asking for a prayer to Rennutet for good fortune in the coming months, and also I noticed you were talking about planting things, and I'm going to add blessings for all of our plantings, and
if you want to bring the energy of abundance around you,
mm-hmm.
you can't go wrong with gold, yellow, and green.
Mm-hmm.
Put those three all working for you. Keep them around you all the time, and you'll attract that vibration.
Mm-hmm.
That's the theory.
Okay. Well, if anyone's got any requests for our fortune cookies,
Me.
I'm going to open up the floor. Okay.
Oh,
Sure. Well, sure. Hey, why not? Okay. So you've got for something specific or just general, what have we got?
Just in general.
All right. Well, you good lords and ladies, Seta would like to know what your guidance is for her this week. Okay, and one of them just came out. So that's the one. And we'll put it in this bowl once I get it open. And it's easier to go down a hill than up it, but the view is much better at the top. So don't go for the path of least resistance. It's going to be harder to do it a certain way, but you'll be better if you do it. The view is much better at the top.
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem. Okay. Okay. All right, and Amra is requesting a prayer as I start my journey as a notary. Oh, nice. Okay.
We'll make a note of it.
No, well, hey, notaries they do important things.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. So.
Noteworthy thing.
Huh?
It's a noteworthy situation.
Well, no. When a lot of times when you need something, some kind of a legal document, it helps to have a notary who can, stamp things for you so that you can,
yes,
get things taken care of. Okay. Okay, Ambra. And it says, keep on charging the enemy so long as there is life.
Wow.
So
that's pretty direct.
Yeah, we'll just keep going, and if you feel like there's something that's trying to be an obstacle, don't let it be. Just keep going, keep pressing forward. Okay, and yes, and by the way, one of the things that hopefully I'm seeing little seedlings for is some cost lettuce. The nice thing about cost lettuce, the romaine, is it tolerates heat better. So if you live in an area that gets really darn hot in the summertime, and you can't grow, big iceberg lettuce and stuff like that, grow romaine lettuce. You'll do better.
I prefer it myself anyway.
Huh?
I prefer romaine lettuce anyway.
see. Okay, so Yodi wants a general divination. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, and this one is like kind of bouncing along on the top. So, Yodi, I think this one is yours. And it says, "It's not the end yet. Let's stay with it."
Wow.
So I guess if you were thinking maybe about ending something, don't do this yet. Love,
Follow this till you finish it.
Yeah. It's not the end yet. Let's stay with it. Oh, and you were saying just make a note of it. He's just about to spit on his laptop. Or their laptop. But, okay, I know. Let's see. Prayer request for, okay, yeah, because R has the friend that had the double amputation and asked for prayers. And friends who have geriatric cats and family and friends who need cars as soon as possible. Okay. And a prayer to Jehuti for getting my son's birth certificate faster. Okay. We'll definitely do that. Taking forever with it. Mail backlog, COVID backlog. Wow, that's got to be an aggravation. And as far as the fortune, I have to say, it might take a couple of weeks sometimes before you click and you go, oh, that's what it meant. But just keep that in mind. And see, okay, Oracle would like to request a prayer based on the experience I had, so I'd like to know how it will go and what's more the meaning behind it. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, then let's definitely ask Jehuti if he would be so kind as to give Serana a hand, because that sort of thing is kind of important. And if he would help to see through all of the documentation, all of the things that I'm sure folks are having to slog through. May Serana's paperwork get to her quickly. Hail and praise unto you, O Jehuti, thrice great God, the son of Ra, Lord of Kemnu, wise one and Yunu. You report to Ra every morning. Messenger of humankind, you know people by their speech and judge them by their deeds. Those true of voice before Osir, their names are in your list. The Aeneid gives you praise as you guide the bark of millions, as you cast out the evil one, as you change strife into peace. You know all secrets, all books, all deeds, the fleeting moment, the hour of night. No report to Ra is forgotten. Your words endure for eternity. Friend of the people, wise and impartial, great one, Lord of Ma'at. Please continue to grant us your wisdom and show us your good works. And also, Oracle wanted guidance with some things that happened with them recently, and we ask that you also give them your guidance as well. Poor thing, he fell asleep. Yeah, the mer got him again. Okay. And I'm just looking to make sure that okay, and Anubis Gaming wanted a prayer for transition for some guidance. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, since Your username is Anubis Gaming, and because Anubis is the Lord of initiations, that's why so many people start with him. We'll ask him to give you some guidance and help you get started on your way. Hail and praise, O Anapu, great God upon your mountain, master of secrets in Duat, ruler of the West, fair son of Osiris, great physician who heals. Your seal is our protection. Crown prince of the Aeneid, keen-faced among the gods, you stand at Osir's side. You serve the blessed dead, they live because of you. Okay, now if I missed anyone's, request for a divination or for a prayer, just let me know, and I'll make sure to work it in there.
I'll go ahead and take one.
Okay. Yes, and Amber, I know you were asking if I have a Facebook or Twitter. Yes, I'm on Facebook.
Twitter is kind of evil now.
I guess here's the thing. I don't want to have a million different accounts on all these different platforms, because that's one more thing that I have to remember and that I have to keep up with, and so forth. And I have enough passwords, to keep track of as it is. So that's why I try to.
Please put them in something that I can have access to.
Okay, well, yeah, because I do not save passwords to a browser or something like that. It's like no. That's like keep that sort of thing in your grimoire kind of thing. But no, I'm not on Twitter, but I am on Facebook. Sharon Tuttle Board. Just if you send me a friend request or something, just mention, hey, I watch your live stream, so I'll know, who it is. And I know that Jory had a friend that he wanted to bring onto the messenger chat, and I just wanted to kind of get an idea of who that was, so that I'm not like bringing in somebody who's like, hey, what am I doing? So yeah, I always try to be deliberate with that sort of thing. But okay, and so Mary Rimmer would like a divination. And I need to make sure I enunciate properly. So if you would please give us... Wait a minute. Really? Okay. There's this one over here. Marie? Yours says, never ignore a gut feeling, but never believe that it's enough. So if you've got a gut feeling about something, yeah. Huh?
We've heard that one a few times now.
Once. I think we've gotten it once, maybe twice at the most, but it's still a good one. And if it was your turn to get that one, then that's significant too, So if you've got a gut feeling, don't ignore it, but don't do nothing. If you feel like there's something you need to do it. Okay, and Serrano would like one about a friendship. Okay. Tell you what. You'll pull one for me. Alrighty. Serrano, this one is for your question about a friendship. And it says, love is a friendship set to music. It's funny, it dealt directly with friendship, but I guess the meaning of that, you're going to have to, hopefully that'll mean something more. Oh, Darren, you're smiling.
Yes.
Okay, what?
All great loves begin with friendship. I live it.
That's true. We were friends for months before we started actually going out.
Right.
But,
and I can say that, you know, my best friend really is my spouse.
yes, and you are most welcome. Because some folks have said, you know, thank you for the prayers. That's what we do this for. So, absolutely. And hopefully that makes some sense. But now I did. There was something, I think I mentioned it in a service a few weeks back about there was reference in a particular spell from the Book of the Dead, and it was just kind of a passing reference to, you know, the time before, you know, Osiris and Set, you know, had a rather definitive falling out, we can say. And so I finally found that one. Now I had to kind of rewrite it specifically for what I was thinking, which was a prayer for goodwill, for friendship. And it says, may 4 knots be tied by the guardian of the sky. May 4 knots be made firm by Set for Osiris, as he did on that day of cutting off the lock of hair. May we know friendship, as the Aeneid once knew friendship, before any uproar had come to be, when Osiris and Set caused one another to be well. Oh, wow, and I dated that when it was on Valentine's Day. So there we go, a prayer for friendship.
Another two gods reconciled.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Lauren, because she was saying this because Darren has a good spouse. Thanks.
Yes. yes, he does.
Since we're in a quiet spot, go ahead and do a one for me.
Okay. All right, for you, Manu. Okay.
Oh my gosh, they all jumped out.
No, well, you know, I will say this. I got this feeling like they smiled and said, yes, Yamanu, we know it's you. And almost like, you know what the answer is already, but here, we're going to go ahead and tell you. That's just the sense that I got. But let me go ahead and open this one. Yes, that's why I have the bowl now. Never depend on others to make you happy. You can do it yourself.
It's necessary to do it yourself. That's one thing. I don't think it's fair to necessarily depend on everybody else around you all the time to make you happy.
Well, there's a difference between depending on someone physically if you need help. I'm sure you would say that, Darren.
Yeah.
Versus.
Oh, yes.
Please let me clarify. No one can make you happy. No one can make you sad. Things can happen, and that's how you react to them.
Mm-hmm.
But you are always responsible for your emotions
Mm-hmm.
and your mood. Yes, there may be motherfuckers in our world, but
Yes.
it's how we react to those motherfuckers that let us know that the dawn will take place again. You know, just don't make sure that you're not on that list for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay to tire, it's okay to be weary, but there comes a point where you realize the one person you're always going to have to put up with is yourself. So make sure that you like you enough to have a good time, because you're going to be with you a lot.
Yeah.
Yep. And in the end, that's also basically what is kind of being taught by our belief system. Your heart.
Mm-hmm.
If your heart doesn't like you, it's a bad business.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you're honest with yourself, and I, you know, it's funny mentioning that, and like the idea of the heart, and you know, weighing it, and of course the spell asking your heart, you know, not to speak against you. The way I've always interpreted that is, when you're standing in the Hall of Two Truths, whatever you say, they'll know if you're lying to yourself when you say it, or if you're honest. If you say, yes, I shaved 15 kittens, you know, and I enjoyed it, and this is why I did it, that's, you're at least being honest, and, you know, they'll probably treat you accordingly, you know, just to come up with a weird example, you know. But if you're not honest with yourself, then you're gonna, you know, and if you've been hiding from things, you know, for much of your life, then that's going to follow you, you know, into the Hall of Two Truths.
Yeah.
You know.
And here's what I've learned about that. We all hide things from ourselves. It's a rare person that is so upfront with themselves that they're clear. It doesn't make us a bad person. What it makes us is human. What we have to do is see to it that we exhibit the forgiveness, tenderness, and mercy that we hope to receive. Because none of us get through this thing called life scot-free. None of us go through it perfectly.
Yeah.
But what we have to do is hope that we're worthy of the forgiveness we ask for. And the only way I know to do that is to grant the forgiveness.
Yeah,
to others,
including to yourself.
Including to yourself.
Yeah. And that can be hard, especially when, you know, you hold yourself to a high, or sometimes even an impossible standard, and you have to learn, you know, okay, I got to cut myself a break on this.
Yeah. The other thing is, remember, some journeys take a lifetime.
Yeah.
Don't cut yourself short.
Yeah. Okay. Well, last call for I know what you're thinking. You're thinking last call for alcohol.
They wouldn't mind. Top it off before you run off. Thanks. You know.
Yeah. Well, that's coming at the Feast of the Valley. That's when we all drink for, at least traditionally they would go and you know, get drunk and commune with the dead. But until late April, huh?
It's coming. Think of it as Kemetic Mayday. Yeah.
Kemetic what?
Kemetic Mayday.
Yeah, well, considering that, yeah, it's like April 28th or so. It's very close to Beltane, So, if somebody wanted to try and do something for that. Oh, and another thing, because March 21st, which is on a Sunday, that's obviously the vernal equinox. That's, if I understand correctly, that's also around the time that you had the New Year's festival in Sumerian and Babylonian societies. Now, not all of them. I'm sure some folks would be quick to point out not every city state had the same calendar, but the general one that we have the best records for, they started at the spring equinox, and that was when they would honor Marduk or Ishtar and Dumuzi and some locations, but it was like a big thing. So if you need an excuse to party or take a day off or something like that, there you go, there's another one. So
Ancient people were party people, that's for sure.
Okay, don't we also drink for the Feast of Bears? Okay, Pommet. Okay, so fortune taken, although I would think of fortune cash, Okay, so Pommet and Anubis Gaming have those, and and Joshua, I guess we're gonna have to, I don't know, we'll have to figure that one out. But let me get the fortunes. Let's see, and equinox is. Oh yeah, and vernal equinox is still New Year's in Zoroastrianism and Baha'i, and yeah, because Nowruz I think is what they call it in Zoroastrianism. But okay.
Basically, it just means this time of year is really good.
Yeah. All right. Okay, Pommet. This one is yours. Okay, Pommet, it says never doubt logical things.
Second guess yourself, you do.
Did we mention that Darren is a big fan of Master Yoda? But
I didn't do that right. I should
Well,
have.
but still, I could tell you were kind of evoking his style of speech. But don't let that detract from the message, because you're saying,
right. Don't second guess yourself.
Yeah.
Listen to me. You've been taught to do that. Stop it. You are smart. You are right. And not everyone has to agree with you or even like it. And at this point in your life, the more people dislike it, that's probably the one you need to do.
There you go. Okay. Alrighty, and next, Anubis Gaming. Ask for a fortune, and here we go. Okay. Like the river flows into the sea, some things are just meant to be. Are those lyrics?
Yes.
Just something? Okay. Well, but that's still
It's
a
still
legit.
what somebody needs to hear.
Yeah. Some things are just meant to be. So maybe if you're wondering, should I be here, or is this the right thing for me to be doing? I would consider that an encouraging sign.
Some
So-
things are easy because they're right.
Yeah. Unchained Fortune. Was that Unchained Melody or something? Or no, that I was gonna say that's not right, but okay, alrighty, and okay, I think looks like I've got everybody in terms of the fortunes, so let me go ahead and we'll have a finishing prayer, but as always, if you got one at the last minute, that's okay. We'll still do that. There we go. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Aeneid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the Shrine of Shanit in Unu endures. As the name of Osir Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Asset in Nicheru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus and Pei endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Kamenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures, likewise for eternity. Isn't there some? It's just peeking. I was like, wait, that's not right. I'm slipping on my grandpa music. Darren knows a lot more of that stuff than I do. But that's just because you kind of soak up the, older generation trivia.
Right.
Our 90-year-old friend Wally was surprised by how much you knew. So it's to your credit. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Min, O Horu, O Rennutet. You have come in peace, O Nechuru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra. May you go forth in peace, O Min, O Horu, Rennutet, all of you Nechuru, to every place your mortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark, and may you smile upon us, your humble servants. And incidentally, I do have another how-to episode that I taped, and I just need to edit it. And there will be more things for YouTube specifically, and things for Patreon. I'm catching up on that now that I have all of my equipment in, and we're not dealing with snowstorms and stuff. So we'll hopefully get to do more of that pretty soon. Okay. I'm coming now. No, we're gonna use a lot. Okay. All right, guys. Well, glad to have you all here. We'll do this again next week, same time, same channel. And in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great week. And those of you that have the Discord link. I've linked it up. You'll find me there, and now I might be, I tend to be kind of idle for a while because I have other things that I'm doing, but just hang in there.
And I have a request of everyone listening.
Oh, it's
Please consider it a duty of your faith to call the pharmacy where you get your meds and schedule your COVID shot.
Oh, well, now, are there still issues with eligibility in terms of like age and stuff like that?
You know what? In most cases, the answer is it depends on the state. The federal guidelines just got a lot bigger. Thank you, Mr. President. And some governors are broadening the requirements so they can get more people vaccinated. For example, there were some states saying we have too much vaccine. We don't have enough people to actually give out the vaccine.
Oh, wow.
And so Governor John Bel Edwards in Louisiana said, we want every drop of surplus vaccine in the country. And they went, okay. And he said, open the floodgates.
Oh, so basically that's why right now it's going to...
That's why you can go to 15 or 16 locations within Shreveport and Bossier, along with every CVS and Brookshire's Pharmacy and all these other places, and go, I smoked one cigarette when I was 8. Come get your shot.
Oh, wow.
I'm 25% BMI. Come get your shot, which means you're a little pudgy by most people's standards.
Oh, okay.
Or a regular frame by most people's standards, too. In Louisiana, the governor was like, don't get the shots because they have a shelf life, unless you're talking about the J&J. The J&J doesn't have...
The Johnson & Johnson one? Okay.
Yeah, it has a much longer shelf life because it can be stored in the fridge.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course, keep in mind also, we have people that are tuning in from like all over.
Right.
And so for some of them, it's going to be, their situation is going to be very, very different.
Yeah, but bottom line,
if you can, do yourself that favor.
Even if you're not eligible, if you're in the U.S., most of you can call your pharmacy and get on a list to at least get your shot scheduled. And they can call you and go, hey, you're up. Because my pharmacy did it with me. We have a chance to kick this thing in the throat and have a normal life by Thanksgiving, y'all. And if we can do it in the U.S., let's pray that other folks globally can get it because, we have a chance for goodwill and Maat to reign supreme because we might all look at each other around the world for once and go, thank God we're alive. Yeah. Wouldn't that be kick-ass?
Yeah. But,
So, I say that out of nothing but love and joy and hope.
Well, that's something that I hope for is that everybody finds some, qualifying things. Says, okay, because of this, I can go and get it.
And by the way, if you're a caregiver for anyone, whether
if you take care of somebody that you can, use this as, an angle. But, I mean, it's a legitimate one.
Yeah.
But, it's something that you can do. So, all righty.
Much love. God bless everybody.
Yeah. All right. Nighty-night, y'all. Y'all stay safe and well.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm. Because it's funny, yeah, it's fun.